Hi Collective, welcome back to my channel. We are about relationship with ourselves first, okay? So we can have a healthy relationship outside of ourselves, but it comes with managing our emotions so you can identify your intuition, okay? Using your intuition, you can bring in your soul family, your soul tribe, okay? And it comes with spiritual health, spiritual wealth, but you have to come in with love, all right? Loving self, loving beings, loving planet, loving God, okay? And we're looking at the Queen of Swords. We're looking at offer, maybe. Some of you are looking at a situation where you're going through a new application, maybe. The Queen of Swords, we're looking at the roses. We're looking at the intuition. We're looking at a gift, a very gifted person. She could be a widow, all right? But we're looking at the nature. We're looking at the positiveness of the Queen of Swords, okay? The Queen of Swords is all about an offer, okay? A very gifted person. Someone feels this person is very beautiful, a very powerful person. So you're going to see a Queen of Swords, look at application, a very powerful woman, very gifted person. But behind this person is another feminine. You're looking at a situation where someone, maybe the Queen of Clubs, is looking at this woman behind her back. And we're looking at deception, looking at a very dangerous person, a troublemaker that's creating lies behind the Queen of Swords, a very maybe quick-tempered person, okay? A very negative person in the house with maybe a King of Cups. So we're looking at two women and a masculine in a house. Because in this house, we're looking at the King of Hearts. We look at maybe a two-story house, maybe a villa, maybe near the countryside. But we're looking at a situation where someone is looking at maybe a real estate or domestic matters when it comes to a home. Someone's playing a very important role in this home. Maybe a sweetheart, maybe. But it seems to be a sneaky person in front of this masculine. A very deceptive person, a troublemaker behind the Queen of Swords in this house, in this community. Someone's looking at a letter in this house. But there seems to be a situation behind the back of the Queen of Swords. Someone's very comfortable, maybe in someone's home, but it was in that situation due to deception. Because now we're looking at a letter. Maybe someone's looking at someone's private personal information. Because now we're looking at a situation where someone is looking at someone's letter, maybe an air signs letter. So we're looking at a sealed letter, all right? Maybe we're looking at someone's mail or email or documents, but it was a written information. Someone's looking at maybe a slight announcement, maybe, or we're looking at tears. Tears in the ears of fears. Because someone's behind the Queen of Swords, a very gifted, powerful person. Well, Queen of Wands has been very deceptive, maybe the King of Cups. In a house, looking at letters, emails, maybe an announcement. So this could be an announcement happening. Because this is the beginning. Because we're looking at the King and Queen of Swords now. A very balanced woman, very powerful woman, very gifted woman. Someone's looking at her application. Maybe someone's looking at her home, but they're looking at application. Maybe looking at letters, emails, documents. There seems to be a situation where someone's maybe looking at a new beginning. She could have a child. She could have been with an ex, have a child with a King of Swords. But she's a very powerful woman. She could be a widow. Yeah, she could be a widow. She could have a child, a young daughter. Take it as it resonates. But we're looking at maybe the Knight of Swords, a young person. He's very open. So this woman's very open. But we're looking at a new beginning because she understands someone's very immature behind her, starting to be a troublemaker. Because this seems to be a powerful guru or a clash when it comes to religious or spiritual beliefs. Someone sees someone as a very, very powerful spiritual teacher or religious teacher, but behind her is a very sneaky, deceptive person. Because we're looking at her energy. They're behind her, looking at her energy, the Queen of Swords, that's guided by God from when she was a child. God's always looked over. That's her foundation of the Queen of Swords. Or you could be looking at the King of Swords. Maybe looking at a powerful situation with a Queen of Cups. Take it as it resonates for some of you. A very deceptive troublemaker. A very pushy, demanding, overbearing person that needs to be alone in a house. Or someone that's in the energy of looking at authorities. Because now when we see the Tower, it's like a medieval kind of thing. Someone could live near the countryside. Someone could live near mountains or space. Yeah, countryside. So now we're looking at a situation where, because there's a flag, there was a red flag when it comes to authority of this woman's power. Maybe she's abusing her power. She could be a very powerful businesswoman, but a very deceptive person. So now you have to use your intuition. Because you look at maybe government, university, you could be looking at hospital, you can at restriction. Somebody is very unwise. So someone's looking at a mistake as they're looking behind the Queen of Swords. Maybe this woman's at home alone. She works at home alone. We're looking at a new beginning though, when it comes to authority. Maybe the authority is looking at this Queen of Wands. And this King of Cups maybe. Take it as it resonates. Or it could be someone in a very important position. A friend. Someone's looking at a friend that has a high ranking in spirituality, like a guru, a very powerful person. But this friend in this house may be a King of Cups. With a... Let's see what the next card is. It's a friend though, but a very deceptive friend. Looking at behind the Queen of Swords. They're looking at the loyalty. They're looking at the loyalty, the authority, the strength. They're looking at how maybe they're a reflection of themselves, that they're very immature when it comes to spirituality. They don't really know what they're doing. Very young people. Maybe they're learning from this Queen of Swords. Because now there's an ending to her emails, messages. An ending to maybe an announcement. But every ending has a new beginning. Because maybe someone's friendship's coming to an end. Because of a letter. The letter was about a friend. They need to end with a friend. That's what the letter's about maybe. And be more autonomous. And go for your wish fulfillment by using your intuition. Because someone's going forward to a new beginning. Because they understand behind them is a very immature people. Maybe learning from the Queen of Swords. But in a very deceptive way. So now there's going to be an announcement. Because every ending has a new beginning. Maybe someone's friendship is ending. A single friend ending. Maybe someone being single is ending. Because maybe looking at the King of Wands. Maybe looking at the beginning. He's thinking of a very difficult situation. Because when you see the whip, it's all about someone being very immature. It's a very like a Jack of Cups. A Jack of Clubs, like a King of Wands, but a very immature King of Wands. Because now you're looking at a situation where there's an argument. Maybe he likes rough, but there seems to be pain. Because when it comes to this card, someone was clever, maybe a clever male, presenting person, thinking very negative, very immature when it comes to maybe spirituality. Because he's with maybe a single person. The divine masculine, King of Wands, has an internal argument because he lied about being single, because he was living with a very deceptive person. And maybe the deception, there was a friend that's coming to an end. Because behind the masculine's back, we're looking at a very deceptive person. This is what this masculine's probably thinking about, a King of Wands. Think about a very balanced, feminine. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles thinks she has authority. Maybe a friend in the house that's coming to an end. Because there's an announcement about someone's roots, of someone's friendship, loyalty. Because we're looking at a situation when you see the tree, we're looking at someone's heart, the heart of things. Because it could be like someone's growth, wisdom, intuition, someone's health, maybe someone's family tree when it comes to growth, ancestry. Maybe there was a friend, family friend coming to an end, a King of Cups. He's looking at Queen of Wands, a very deceptive person that maybe works in an authority, with maybe a pathway with a Queen of Pentacles. Because now we're looking at a situation of someone's health. We're looking at thoughts about growth. Ending. Someone's family friend of a family maybe coming to an end, or a friend and a family member coming to an end. Because the King of Cups, the King of Wands. He's very clear about his roots, ancestors, family. He's thinking of an ending. Maybe he's thinking about a younger child, 2 children, to have with a Queen of Swords. Maybe they want to make an announcement, but that comes to an end. King of Wands is not confused no more. He's looking at his options, about his journey of a new cycle or an engagement, happy. When it comes to the heart, maybe there's a decrease when it comes to King of Cups. Maybe he needs to look at his heart, because someone's talking. A King of Pentacles, look at his money, investments, gossip, conversation. About King of Hearts. Someone that goes around stealing, brings decay to finances. They had to stabilize that. Because a King of Swords, maybe an older masculine, is looking at this King of Pentacles. Maybe they want to cut out this journey, because they're both looking at this journey of a wish fulfillment. Oh, they want to cut out the journey of a star, a Queen of Pentacles, because they have an opening, and they understand they're very sneaky when it comes to divine feminine. When it comes to delivering to a sweetheart that was blocked due to lies, fears, secrets, and stealing someone's information. It was hidden secret. Okay, so under the deck, we see the Clover, opportunities. Someone was an opportunist, okay? But things are going your way in the end, okay? Divine energy, okay? Just take the steps forward. Maybe you're thinking about the Emperor, Queen of Swords. Just think about the Emperor. Maybe the foundation needs to be a beginning to come with God. Could be the King of Wands. Think about maybe an argument with the Queen of Swords, because he brought a very difficult argument. Maybe he liked that rough sex with the Queen of Pentacles. So now we're looking at a situation where when you see the whip, that's wickedness. That's pain. That's anger. Because of a Queen of Pentacles. Behind the Queen of Swords. With a Queen of Wands. Being very deceptive because they think they have this power within the institution. Okay? Or they think because they're in some medieval times, maybe they go into this countryside and do something, play with the energy. But we're looking at using our intuition, because there was a red flag. So now the red flags maybe being given to the government. Maybe it's them in a red flag to the government or a university. Maybe someone needs to see the hospital, because someone's going to be restricted because of their movements, because of their mistakes. Because we're looking at a person that was with someone else, behind the Queen of Swords being a snake. That's someone, all right, that was like slithering to strike. Do you understand? And act like they wasn't. So this is a very dangerous, deceptive person, creating trouble and lies. Do you understand? A very pushy, demanding, quick-tempered, feminine, presenting as a nice person. But this person isn't. This is why you got to use your intuition. Someone's angry and jealous over someone's intuition, someone being a guru, all right? Because also, when you see, oh yeah, the bear, this person is in deception. Why? Because they're sitting in the house of the bear. So that means this person thinks because they are in a position of authority, they have the strength and the power to bring in lies for a fortune. They were looking for success, to be a powerful woman. Do you understand? But the Emperor is looking at a Queen of Pentacles, a very deceptive person, a pathological liar that maybe needs to see a mental institution on her pathway. All right, that's the root. Maybe a medieval person. Because now we're looking at maybe a Sagittarius person, a Queen of Wands, or the masculine and Aries Sagittarius person looking behind of the Queen of Pentacles with an authority when it comes to protecting his estate or being a burden, bringing up his like boundaries because it comes to a friend and maybe a family member that needs to come to an end. Because the angels are guiding this estate or this home. Because now we're looking at a situation of someone's house, maybe a large house, maybe in the countryside, maybe. But we're looking at home, we're looking at real estate, we're looking at domestic, we're looking at justice. Justice is here because somebody was very promiscuous. They ran in with passion. They went for a sexual adventure to tie themselves into someone's house for inheritance or information. So someone went in with promiscuity because they saw information about a guru, a Queen of Swords. So now we see this information is a 7, a letter. So this letter was written by Queen of Swords, all right, maybe by email. So they went to this house very passionately because there was an announcement. Now someone's in tears, in the fears. Why? Because it's going to come to an end. No more emails for you, Miss Queen of Pentacles, to act like you are commodity. Sorry, my love, and not fucking sorry. Your sorrows are going to be forever. So now we see a situation. Somebody wanted ending because now there's regret. Ending. Ending. No more for you, Leo. So now we're looking at a situation, maybe a Leo person sitting in the 4 of Cups. He had a special surprise, a surprise from God or from the Queen of Swords. A letter was a very surprise. So now we're looking at maybe a legal matter or a karmic debt. Because now there's an ending. Every ending has a new beginning. Maybe there's an ending for the Queen of Swords, for the Queen of Wands, because she's spying and stealing and lying about the Queen of Swords. Like she knows the Queen of Swords. Why? Because she made money off her information. Now someone wanted someone to be rejected. That's coming to an end. Because no one rejects no one. No one puts baby in the corner. Because now we're looking at the King and Queen of Cups. Maybe this King of Wands is thinking about the Queen of Swords, a very loving person. Or the King of Swords is thinking about a Queen of Cups. She thinks a very good businesswoman, very grounded, all right? He wants to take that leap of faith, no baggage, no expectation, just use your intuition, all right? Just use your intuition. What does faith mean to you, you know? Go by faith, not by sight. Go by intuition, not by sight. Go by your psychic gifts and not by sight. Because someone sees someone as a very gifted person, a very good businesswoman and a mother. Maybe this masculine wants 2 children with the Queen of Swords, or this King of Cups, not King of Cups, King of Swords wants a baby or children, family, with a Queen of Cups, a very nurturing woman. She feels him, she thinks about him. Because now we're looking at a difficult situation with a Queen of Wands. Now we see the King and Queen of Wands, all right? Maybe this masculine sees his counterpart, but he has a difficult situation because he's looking at maybe 2 females or 3 females or 4 females. Take it as it resonates. Because he's looking at the Empress. Why? Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands. Aquarius person, Queen of Swords is the Empress. But unfortunately, there was lies, deception from a Queen of Pentacles. So now this masculine is looking very wounded. Justice. Every action has a reaction. So we're looking at a friend, or maybe the friend's roots of her ancestors. Because now we're looking at a very authority person, the Empress, because they were all battling and thinking about projects that come with generational wealth. So this is why they deal with deception from an earth sign person and a Queen of Wands, being very deceptive with maybe a King of Cups. So now they're thinking now about their own generational wealth. Why? Because they fucked it up. Never mind. So now looking at justice. That's coming to an end, my darling. Maybe a friendship's coming to an end, or this house with this friend. They were looking for reliability to end someone's special gift from God. Why? Because the Jezebels don't like godly people. They look for leaders to drain them, to leave them. And that's all they were going to do in the end, is leave. Queen of Pentacles is going to leave the King of Cups in the end anyway. That's going to be his justice anyway. He might as well do it before she does. Save yourself, my friend. Someone's ending a plot and a plan for someone's stability. Because somebody wanted to end someone's maybe deeds, information. Because there was a plan. This is what the letter was about. A plan. Because someone was planning to stab someone behind the back. A Cancer person. With a King of Wands. So now we're looking at, he's also thinking and looking about his foundation when it comes to sparkling ideas. Because there was a very deceptive person. And they're looking at this very deceptive person. Or two people. Because the Queen of Wands was here. But he's looking. And he's thinking. And I think this King of Swords is thinking about this Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. But I look at stability, community, family. And someone's paying attention to creating an ending and a missed opportunity. But that's coming to an end. Because somebody wanted to bring in confusion, delusions. But now someone's paying attention to their dreams to create a pathway away from confusions. Maybe King of Wands. He's thinking about an ending. Every ending has a new beginning. Because there seems to be, when it comes to options, maybe of going to someone's community or stability, someone's confused. Or someone had too much options and opinions. Maybe that's coming to an end. It's a burden. Maybe for a King of Wands, it's a burden. Maybe trying to create something new with someone loving. Because now you have the King and Queen of Wands. And a King of Wands is maybe looking at plantation. Maybe planting the foundation. Or he's thinking of writing a letter. Information about romance. Maybe someone understands on a spiritual romantic journey. Could they think about a lover, a Gemini person? They think about a Gemini person, the Empress. On their pathway, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person. Yeah, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person, or a fire sign person. When it comes to creations, equal give and take. Someone's probably thinking about their karmic debt. They have to pay it back, repent, innit? Whether you like it or not. Whether these women like it or not, man. But these two are so beautiful. The Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords. They don't care about these two. These two do. They just keep looking at these lot. But we don't care. That's like a pathway for wish fulfillment. Someone's thinking about a wounded warrior. Love choices. Love choices. Maybe a Libra person. Libra masculine, maybe. Or Gemini person. Libra Gemini person. When it comes to a pathway. Oh, gosh. There we go. Every time the Queen of Pentacles is up in her. The devil. And this is why I don't understand people, you know. They do so much judgments, but can live with the fucking devil. Imagine that. Someone's jealous and possessive over an air sign person when it comes to their work, the ancestry. We can look at self-mastery. Someone's jealous about someone's friend. Because someone's sniffing, looking, thinking about maybe a twin flame. Because why? The Tower. The devil always comes in. The devil was waiting. Look, the devil's in the Tower. And then when the devil comes in, the 12 juries come in. Take down everyone's naughty name that came down that chimney. Acting like Satan claws. Putting their claws of the laws of the Satan. Thinking that they can get away being with a Jezebel and a Delilah. That's Delilah. That's Jezebel. Why? Because Delilah, she likes to take the strength. And she takes information. And she gives it to the enemy. Jezebel, she looks for the leaders. So she can bring her toxic influence within her community. That's coming to an end. Maybe the King of Wands is looking at his foundation. Maybe he's very clear of what he needs to do. Because he's looking at a friend, sniffing at a friend, an air sign person. And someone's very jealous. Why? Because he's got lots of sparkling ideas. Why? Because he understands the Empress. Oh, yeah, is the Queen of Swords. Oh, Genevieve Nudger, have a good look, darling. Have a good look, my darling. And be sick over it. All right? So now you've got that insight. No more games. No more monkeys flying in the air. Let's create heaven on earth. That's what we're here for. Nope. Not all of us, apparently, like Genevieve Nadia. Whether you like my story or not, doesn't really matter. Why? Because we're all energy. We all go for the same things. We all deal with things differently at different times. All right? Remember, walking love and talking truth, create your flaws. And the more you create your flaws, the more you see who's for you and who's not for you. And you can tune yourself into the universe and find your soul family. Whether they want to be with you or not, don't make it the end of your life. Why? Because the heart is the seat of the soul. It's like I always say to people, you know, if I ever need a heart transplant, never replace my heart. Never. I always want to come back to the same heart. Always. I love you, collective. And thank you for giving me a safe space to express myself. Thank you. I'm very grateful for you. Press like, subscribe. And I don't say it all the time because I feel like it should be your free will. Because no one's here to push you onto my ideology or my opinions or my decisions. I would just like to help you through to find your soulmates in a nice, healthy way by trusting your intuition. Just trust. Trust you. And more importantly, trust God. Because the Emperor could never be idolized and doesn't have idols, all right? And the Empress, she always creates leaders. And she always loves to create with her community. And she doesn't be promiscuous. It's against God's law. All right? Remember, walk in love, talk in truth. I love you guys. Bye.